beyond dreams, brings money-mad, ruthless oil pirates and trouble to the land of the Tiger Woman. Crossing the world to help her, Alan Saunders, a thrill-hunting soldier of fortune, is constantly shadowed by the threat of death and has the most spine-chilling adventures of his thrill-packed career when he joins forces with the Tiger Woman.
The men that are causing you this trouble are my enemies as well as yours. And I promise to do everything within my power to bring them to justice.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Wednesday Night Scream Stream minisodes. I am your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friend, Mr. Fresh Rogan. Oh, Fresh is in the house. Fresh is in the house.
We out here.
We are out here. We are down a man, as you can see. Evan is not with us this evening. He will we'll see him next week, but couldn't join us this week. He's not dead, so don't worry. Again, I have to make that clarification every time that I black and white one of your guys' photos out when you're not here, because I don't want to make it seem like you're dead, but I do want to indicate that I didn't have time to change the scene to a 2-person scene. So I'm showing you that we are down a man. So that's how I do it.
Not dead. Just a lazy show producer. That's all it is. No, I mean, but Fresh is here, and we're about to crack open another fresh can from this 12-pack of Flash Gordon. What are we on? What are we on? Our 9th can? Let's see. 1, 2, 3.
It's
9. Yeah,
9. Our 9th can. It's.
We're 9 deep. We're
9
deep,
deep,
right
and it's been pretty light, honestly. Lighter than I thought it was gonna be, at least for these first 9 or first 8. Kind of been pretty decent buzz throughout, but I wouldn't say that I've reached that stage of, euphoria. I don't know how else you would describe it. I mean,
we're not in the pocket yet.
Not yet, but I have a feeling that we're getting close. I really do.
Yes.
I mean, I couldn't tell you really honestly what happened last week. We were hanging out with the Rockmen, but it felt like we were building to something. I can't tell you what,
The Rockmen.
The Rockmen, yeah, they were
My favorite yacht band, the Rockmen.
Yeah, a little known 70s yacht rock group that you know,
The Rockmen.
that's little known but big overseas. Yeah, so and Flash Gordon, of course, fell into another pit or hole or some explosion or something, as always. That hasn't changed. That's par for the course. Wouldn't be a cliffhanger if Flash Gordon wasn't pretty much dangling from a cliff at the end of every episode. So we'll, but we'll see. I feel like, what do you, I think that these last, like, 4 episodes, 3, 9, 10, 11, 12, these last 4 episodes are gonna, like, come to some kind of, like, story, right? Like, it's not just gonna be like,
optimistic Spakenstein.
yeah, that is my burden.
All gonna come together at the end.
My burden is I'm holding out hope that it is truly gonna not just pivot from one thing to the next every episode.
It's gonna be I feel like there can't be a conclusion, right? Because it's like a franchise they want to string along.
Right. Yeah, you're 100% right. Yes. We were talking about that last episode. Yeah. No conclusion. Go ahead and spoiler alert. No conclusion.
Yeah. Ming is gonna get away and Flash Gordon's gonna shake his fist and go, "Ooh.
Curse you, Ming."
Yes.
And then another serial, except there was not. This is the last one. Unfortunately. So it would have been nice if they would have known that this was going to be the last one, because I think most, even though most of the audience was children, I think they would have appreciated some kind of definitive conclusion to the storyline. It's basically stretched out over 36 episodes at this point, like end on a high note. No, that was not on their mind at all. They're just sequel. Hollywood.
More is better.
That's Hollywood, baby. That's Hollywood Studios for you. That's just, all right, cash grab. That was successful. Let's bang out another one. And like in the day where a studio was basically like a factory, you're literally were banging it out, like, in a few if you're Monogram, a few days, if you're a studio, a few weeks. But we've talked about those Lugosi movies, and then of course we saw the Little Shop of Horrors, which was just 2 days. So it's
just weird to think about. Like, you definitely couldn't do that anymore.
You would have to have a crew of very low maintenance, high functioning individuals, and you would have to have it, planned to a T, or it would have to be entirely by accident, like basically a documentary type thing. And you just have gold, which not out of the realm of possibility, but
we don't know what happened. We just got everything we needed in 2 days. So.
Right. It's funny how it works out like that. No, sometimes people get lucky, but most of the time you don't. You got a plan. Spanish Dracula. Yeah, well, Sylarn, that's that's a good point.
Spanish Dracula.
So
yeah, you know what? That's a good point.
I do think I think his point is the idea that, they were basically filming that very fast, very quick, and, reusing all the same stuff that the English-speaking crew is using, but they just were trying to find ways to do it better. Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, they did.
Like, all right, we saw what they did. We'll just do it again.
And they did, and they were like, and we'll do it, but we'll do it better. And they do. And it's in like a lot of the big pivotal scenes, the Spanish version is definitely better. And the Spanish version is also, they actually filmed it at night. Spanish version is also 20 minutes longer than like the regular Dracula. and I have a theory that I believe that the Spanish language version of Dracula is public domain. Now, I don't dare risk showing it on this program because it'll be public domain in like 5 years anyway. But there's no copyright notice on the film, on the, like, you know, on the versions that Universal puts out now. It's like a 1992 copyright notice, like on the title card, that's obviously was like made in put on there much later. And there's no reason to do that unless there wasn't one there to begin with. And if there's not one there to begin with, that means that it has a defective copyright because it wasn't properly notated on the film itself.
Well, I appreciate that we're not watching the Spanish.
It's actually really good. I mean, besides Dracula not being Bela Lugosi, which again goes without saying, he doesn't speak Spanish. He could barely speak English at the time. And that's not me disparaging him. He was phonetically learning English through the scripts that he was reading. Like, he didn't know, you know,
Didn't know what he was saying.
I mean, at least when he was on the stage playing Dracula, I think by the time he got to Hollywood, he probably had, I mean, he'd been working for a while in America at that point. So I don't want to discount his, I mean, I wasn't there. I don't know. Not to be that guy.
Were you there?
Not to be that guy. God, one of my favorite Nathan For You moments, which is a entirely separate thing, unrelated to Flash Gordon and tonight's episode, The Pool of Peril, which again, I don't know if we said that title. Yeah, that's
The Pool of Peril, the P.O.P., baby. Come on.
P.O.P. And I'll try to make sure not to miss the commercial break tonight. You know, that was kind of
Yes.
I was just so enthralled last time by spaceship battles and Ming finding out that guy was a traitor. That's one thing I remember. I forgot about that, but now I remembered it. So maybe we'll see Ming kill a guy finally. I mean,
Hell yeah, a murder.
a murder.
My favorite.
Ming the murderous. There you go.
Oh shit.
Ming the merciless. Also call me murderous. Yeah,
The traitor was his son.
Yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yes, you are right. 100% right, Cylon. Yeah, Universal, man, they just knew what audiences wanted. Did they not? I mean, you know.
Yeah, they were like, this movie is going to be very universal.
Aha! Oh man, duh. Once the copyrights, yes. Sorry, I should have given you space for that. That was very good. Perfect. Yeah. No, we'll the copyrights will run out on the Universal stuff soon, and we'll get to that eventually. Yes, Sylarn. Yeah, I thought that he looked a little young for. I thought he was maybe older than he looked. So yeah, that I could see him being the writer of tonight's episode of Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe. Yeah. Anything before we get into it, Fresh?
I got nothing.
All right, then we're going to go ahead and get into Chapter 9 of Flash Gordon Conquers the Universe, The Pool of Peril, right now.
Wait. I'm just kidding.
Oh, the Land of the Dead. That's right. I keep just wanting to call it like Rock People Planet. You know?
Rock World.
Yeah, Rock Planet. Yeah, that's what we were talking about last time, right? Just start guitar riffs and
Rock
all that.
Planet. We're here, Rock Planet.
Rock Planet,
Rock
home of the
106.
Rockmen. God, yeah. The Rock King.
103, The Rock.
The Rock. God, this is a short episode, man.
Oh, is another short one?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it is.
It's like 8 minutes.
I got shorter there at the end. They were like, fuck it.
We don't. We spent all the budget on these rock people costumes.
Yeah. We don't have time to be out here filming all day. It's hot. Oh my God. He just, dear God.
Whoa.
He just breaks a whole fucking mountain off.
When you push one rock into another rock, it creates an explosion. Yeah, no, it was some kind of Ming device. I couldn't remember quite what it was.
Oh, now it's WWE. Now he's gonna throw him off.
Ooh. And the winner, Flash Gordon. Brr, brr, brr.
I have that somewhere. I don't know what. No, that's not it.
Rock Planet.
Rock Planet. Oh, that's not it. No, I'm gonna stop trying.
Wall to wall, man. Wall to wall. Oh, this is what it was. There it is.
I found it.
My gosh. I forgot about the didn't bother
Talking people.
Yeah, but that's not backwards. That would have at least sounded a little cooler.
They yell in forwards, but they talk in backwards.
Oh, okay, right. I gotta learn the rules.
Yeah, you gotta learn the rules of the Flash Gordon universe.
The slides are lodestone and broke the magnetic field. We must get him back to his father at once. I only hope we're in time to save the others.
I'll
bring him in.
Yeah, you gotta love the old ways of speaking, man, with the, you know, vaguely like transatlantic British accents. Glad they phased that out, honestly.
Is this men in tights? Well, it is men, and they are in tights.
They are in tights.
So yes.
Although the rock people have pretty cool fits, though. They're like decked out in like sweatpants and like, you know, the baggy. Like they're not quite hoodies, but if they had like a pouch and a hood, like they'd be honestly pretty comfortable, I imagine.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, they're chilling in their snuggie.
Right. Right.
Stop! Yes, again,
Oh my God. Fresh, I think it's like I think it might have the noise thing on it, where it's like, like, you know how Discord will like.
Oh, I think I got it turned off.
Okay.
Let's test it. Let's test it.
That's good.
Oh wow. Still anti-noise.
Oh.
God damn it, display. Oh, it's this. It's this. It's this. I fixed it.
Yay!
Now it's gonna work the way that I want it to.
Yeah, it really, like, I just, every time, I can't not think of Twin Peaks. Every time.
Did you find our ship?
No, it was destroyed in the explosion. But Baron's ship is just beyond those rocks. With 2 men in it.
2 men.
Can we use it to get away in?
We've got to.
Yeah, Captain Monotone, for those of you who've been following along.
Sign of Flash or the others? No, Prince Peril.
I mean, you know, you gotta give it up for the hills of California.
Surprising.
The desert of California, wherever they're at right now. much better, Fresh. Much better.
Sonia and Fang from Mongo. Perhaps they need to take our ship.
That's how they talk, Sweetie. That's how they talk.
Flash, if he's near enough to hear.
Ooh, why, when, where, why, man, how come?
Source, thanks to you.
I can't help it. That horrible Iguantian scared me.
That's your alarm on our rocket ship.
Well, they're in trouble.
Uh-oh, yep. They better look out.
Can't stay here.
The laws are coming. Got the dogs on them. Got the dogs on them.
Dogs.
There they are.
So now the rock people are like on their side. Now they're cool. Zarkov just.
I'm very confused over the loyalty of the rock people.
Zarkov just and now they're cool.
They're like, oh man, that's a good point he just made.
That makes perfect sense. Oh, should have been listening to him all along.
I'm starting to think the rock people are just like chaotic neutral. They just do whatever they want. And sometimes it works out for Flash Gordon.
Yep. They're just arbitrarily like in the moment. Oh, well, yeah, why not?
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do something for Flash, and then we're gonna turn around and balance it out by doing something for Ming.
It seems like how most people who aren't either Flash or Ming's people, like how they operate. Okay, let's take a break right here. Let's take it right here. Because I even missed the point where I was gonna take the break there. So
the break piece.
I'm not missing it this week.
How Sweet Feet would say it. He'd be like, "We're gonna take a little break piece."
Break piece. Just a little one. Just a little break piece, not a big
tiny, but we're not even stopping. We're just pressing the brakes a little bit.
Just easing on them a little bit. Peasky, yes, I think that's a better. I like that unit of measurement better. Sweet Feet, yes, a peasky. Yes.
We're gonna take a little
break peasky.
We'll break peasky, and then we'll find out if Ming and Ming's not there. It's Ming's people, Captain Monotone, and whoever this chick is that is not Ming's daughter, but is on Ming's side, and Ming's daughter is like not. I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's like estranged. Like, I don't even want to know.
Yeah, she's kind of strange. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that whole family, the whole, they're just, that's a weird, the whole planet Mongo is just a weird.
The planet is dysfunctional.
It's a dysfunctional planet, right? Well, when you have a ruler like Ming the Merciless, what do you expect? They can't be easy. It's got to be like having Kim Jong-un as a, as your leader,
uncle.
right? Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, my uncle Kim Jong. What can I get him for Christmas? He has everything already.
Everything you could ever want. Yep.
Yeah.
Anything food related, it should be fine. It should be fine. You just get him something food related, he'll love it.
There's a North Korean restaurant. I don't know if I told you guys about this that I found.
No.
Yeah, so they have a North Korean restaurant that exists in a few different countries, and
oh wait, no, you did mention this. I forgot about this.
Yeah, they like trap the employees in the restaurant. They have to live there, and they can't leave and go do anything. And there's like North Korean officials that have to stay there and make sure they don't leave.
I mean, honestly, totally on brand for North Korea, but it's
yes, their PR is crazy. This is everything they do is 100% like, yes, that is totally them. That is something that they would do.
It's horrifying. That's the brand. It's horrifying. It's
yeah. What is the shittiest thing we could possibly do? Okay, let's do that.
Yeah, that's that kind of seems to be where their priorities
North Korean
lie.
viewers, I'm sorry to offend you, but
yeah, Yeah, it's what are you gonna do? Yeah, all our North Korean viewers out there, I wouldn't want to, wouldn't want to offend that large chunk of our audience in North Korea. No, we barely get out of the United States. What do you know? It's ridiculous. Although I will say, like, our video that was banned from on YouTube, banned from everywhere except Canada and the United States, like, has done way better, like, timeline wise than, on average, most of the other, pretty much every video up to now. Like, it's like
the Streisand effect. When you ban something, people want to see it even more.
I guess so. Just can't keep people away from it.
We should get banned more often.
We really should. Well, luckily our community guideline strike is about to expire on YouTube, so we'll probably
time to re-up. We gotta get another one.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, I'm gonna try to start live streaming on YouTube again, but yeah, it probably won't be long before we get another one. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go ahead and jinx it now, but it kind of just seems to be.
I'm ready. We don't want to let it lapse too long.
No, we don't. We wouldn't want to get on YouTube's good side, would we? I mean, although if it happens this time, I better actually be able to get to type a response and not just like as soon as I click yes, it just sends it without even letting me type anything. That's a whole grievance. I'm not going to get into it right now. But yeah, well, when that expires in 11 days, depending on, I probably won't live stream everything on there. Like the things that I'm worried about. Like, I maybe won't live stream, but like, again, everything here is public domain, so it shouldn't be a problem, but YouTube will pull it anyway. Like, if they just suspect that you're doing something.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I mean, it's not YouTube's fault, to be fair. They have to. So.
Well,
I get it. It just sucks.
No.
The copyright system is broken, man.
Well, no. Like, definitely with copyright claims, that's one thing. But like with community guideline strikes, where there's no specific claim, they're just saying that we suspect that you violated our spam policy, even though, again, public domain. I appealed.
So what's wrong with me eating spam on the stream?
Well, I mean, that's a different audience, I think, altogether. That might be a little bit out of our, I mean, ASMR certainly, wouldn't they enjoy that? Ugh. That's
eating spam.
Eating spam. Ugh. Disgusting. Yeah, I'm not I wouldn't want you to put yourself through that, eating spam on the stream.
That's my slinky.
Oh, is that your slinky? You're telling me about your new slinky. I was wondering how it sounded.
You like that?
It's very springy.
Yes, it's like it's a slinky. So,
it sounds like it's slinking very well.
It's slinking with the best of them.
Slinking with the.
Hey. Good as it gets right here.
Oh my god. I did hear that. Well, guess what? We're about to slink into this break, and we're gonna get a little trailer for one of these serials. Oh wait, what is this one? This is like the Mysterious Mr. M or something. I don't know. It's. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but it's another serial with some crazy stuff. So, anything that your Slinky wants to say before we go to break, Fresh?
I don't think so, no.
Okay. All right, perfect. Well, then we're going to go to this break, and then when we come back, the exciting conclusion of The Pool of Peril.
This is the mysterious Mr. M.
Mr. M was making it hard to get a slab in the morgue than it is to get a room in a hotel. Papers are calling him mysterious, Mr. M now.
Yeah, by way of letting us know that it's our job to take the mystery out of it.
I'm curious to meet the two men that are here with you, Brewster. Come out from behind that screen.
Injection of hypnotrine and you'll tell us what we want to know, or do as we say.
That is unless the police catch up with you first, because I was expected in Washington this morning.
Come on, baby. Come on.
And we are back. So, yeah, the mysterious Mr. M. I don't know. I didn't see that trailer. I like popped in and popped out. So, I don't know.
I was paying a lot of attention to my slinky.
Yeah, you seem like you were pretty tangled up in your slinky.
Yes, yes, I'm slinked up right now.
All slinked up. All slinked up.
I also got my slum armband on, but you guys can't see
it. My gosh. Fresh we have to like obviously crop your face out of it, but you need to post that to our Twitter page or something, like a side-by-side of the movie and then your armband, because if you guys don't know, so we watched the movie that we were talking about before the break, the one that's only in the United States and Canada, so if you're only in those countries, you're the only ones that can understand this joke. No, I'm just kidding. So in the Phantom Carriage, the main character ends up in what is basically like the Salvation Army Center in Sweden, but there they call it. I can't even remember.
The slum station.
The slum station. Thank you. It's called the slum station, and the people who work there wear these armbands that have the word slum printed on them. And Fresh immediately, I mean, we were talking about the fashion of these Salvation Army workers the whole episode, and Fresh was very inspired, so of course he ordered himself a slum armband. And I mean, how are you?
It looks pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, so he sent us a picture. I thought it looked very good. I mean, how are you feeling about it so far? Have you worn it out and about yet, or are you just enjoying it in the comfort of your own home?
All right. I'm gonna venture out with it this week, and I'll let you guys know how it goes. I'll be flexing on everybody in town with my slum armband on.
I want to see. I imagine you'd get a lot of questions. People be very curious to know, hey, what the hell does that even mean?
And I'll be like, have you ever seen The Phantom Carriage?
So it's this movie from 1921, and then they just, and then
they'll just leave.
Yeah, they just walk away. Walk away.
It's really cool. It's a really cool black and white movie.
I actually, it was tinted, so it was really like blue and gold.
Yes, I have to have somebody else with me wearing a slum armband as well who corrects me.
You do. Well, no, I mean, the person with you has to...
It wasn't really black and white. It just didn't have its own color profile because it was added in post because it was filmed in 1922.
Yes. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, it's got to be the slum hat though, or nothing. That's what it is.
I can't figure out how I would get a slum hat, because like if I just got like a baseball cap with slum on it, that's not what they had. It would have to be.
No, that'd be a little too modern, you know.
Yeah.
But you get a hat like they have, and people are like, what kind of fashion is this guy like bringing in style? What kind of hat is this? You know, but if you got the hat and the armband, oh my God, all decked out in the slum. I mean,
I'll be slummed up.
Slummed up. I mean, again, just go check out. If you don't at least go look up a picture of that movie. Go watch that episode.
You can't find. I looked up stills or something. Like, you can't find it because I was trying to explain to somebody what it was. And I couldn't find a picture from the movie that had like the slum. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's weird.
Well, luckily there's this little thing called screenshots. So we'll take a little screenshot.
That'll be so funny, dude. So what is that armband? Like, have you ever heard of a thing called the Scream Stream?
Yes, that's a perfect way to just start like bringing up our show to people. You just start, spamming everybody. Yeah, yes. I mean, that's one of my favorite podcasts. It's like what they like in their early days. They're like, yeah, we just started taking people's phones and just pulling up the like pages and subscribing ourselves like on people's phones.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's that's one way to do it. That's one way to do it.
Hey man, let me see your phone.
It's like, oh yeah, I have a show here. I'll just put it up. There you go. Now you're subscribed to it.
Wow, that's a little aggressive. If someone did that to me, I would definitely not listen to it.
That's very aggressive. But I mean, eventually everybody finds their audience, and that's the joy of it. We are in our 10th month, I think. 11th.
Yeah, I think that's
11th month. Yeah, I mean, we're coming up on a year. March 3rd will be a year, but we still got a couple more weeks left in this season, but we're coming up on a full year, so it's
there. They grow up so fast.
I know we're just beginning to get we're just beginning to walk, man. We're we've started to crawl. We're standing, but we're getting ready to walk, man. You
gotta walk before you can run.
You do, and we're only a year in, and of hopefully very many. Again, once those Universal movies start hitting public domain, then I am set, because I could just talk about those for days.
Yes.
But tonight, we got to finish talking about Flash Gordon and this pool of peril that I guess
Where's the pool at? I've not seen a pool.
We have not. Where is this? Yeah, you know me. I'm very much a water inclined person. I hear there's going to be a pool. I immediately flock into it. Let's go. Bring on the pool. There's no pool. They're going to save it for the last 30 seconds probably. So again, that's Flash. That's all these serials.
I hate it. I hate that.
I know, like we're so spoiled by TV that like, I mean, even in these days where titles are cryptic, like you still like figure out how it like, oh, it means something to like very integral to the episode, or or even like, in basic like sitcom television, oh, this sums up the episode. What's gonna happen? Here, it's like, right. No,
it's
like
just the ending. It's just the ending that happens. Yeah.
So it's a little, it's and it doesn't matter because the person's gonna get their way out of it each time.
Yeah.
So
it's an inconsequential thing that they throw on the end of the episode to make a cool title.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's an inconsequential thing they throw in the end, but they make it the whole thing. Like that's the big, like that's how we're gonna advertise this. And it's like, well, this wasn't what the story was about at all. They were just here for like a minute, and then we're back to Planet Mongo. What's happening?
What the fuck? This had nothing to do with anything.
I mean, again, this was just the storytelling formula for serials. That's all based on the cliffhanger, and it goes back to like silent movies, and that's just the way that it was done, you know. And it's
so lame. You need to do it a different way.
Well, and I mean, again, we are watching a serial from 1940, and they were making serials all the way up through the 50s. So there's some later ones that are public domain that are horror, or mostly they're probably going to be sci-fi themed. Then you know, we might see some better storylines and some titles that are actually about what the episode is about. It'd be a little more satisfying for us instead of an inconsequential headline, basically.
A little more satisfying. God, I hope so.
God, I hope so.
I don't know if it can get less satisfying than this.
Little bit, right?
Yes.
We're gonna find out. You know, we're gonna see if we're getting set up for anything close to a finale in these last 3 episodes, or if we're just still jaunting around the land of the dead with the rock people. I feel like that's gonna be it. I feel like that's where we're gonna end up at, but we're gonna find out. So Fresh, if you have it queued up.
I do.
And we're gonna get into the exciting conclusion of the pool of right now. They got the horns going too, man. You're just yeah. Syncing up perfectly.
Oh my God, so loud.
Let's try the big one.
Let's get a bigger rock. Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, just a bigger one.
That one wasn't big enough. Let's find a bigger one. It's like, you know, you guys don't need to hide from us or that thing anymore. You can just take your helmets off. Thanks for breaking my fall, guy.
I'm glad you weren't killed, Roka.
He's just like, hey, thanks, man.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's all right, just unconscious. Zarkov, thank the prince for his help.
Tell him we're all square, see? Because we're square.
Wait, so now this woman is like back on their side again? What the hell? Or are they their prisoners?
No one in this show has any loyalty to anybody.
No, they don't.
We won't discuss our plans in front of our friends, dear.
I suppose we'll have to take them with us.
Yes.
Yeah, they're their prisoners, I guess.
Perhaps Ming might exchange Princess Aura for them.
Yes, he might.
Oh, Ming has his daughter. That's right, I forgot about that. Ming already has his daughter back at his place, and they're gonna trade this chick for his daughter. Okay. That makes sense. Maybe that's where these last couple episodes are going.
Well, it's a risky one at best and may not succeed. So I'll not ask you to endanger yourselves.
You don't have to ask us. We're all in this together.
Thank you.
It's a very smooth riding ship, considering how bumpy it looks on the outside.
Right, yeah, it's seems a little more sensitive than their comfortable ride. Maybe they got some kind of anti-gravity thing going on.
Yes. He's probably waiting for a message from us. I'll try.
Oh, that's an excellent idea.
I mean, they clearly don't understand what gravity is or anything space related, as we saw with that episode of them like jumping from one spaceship to another.
With a rope.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much zip lining, yeah, from one spaceship to the other.
We could charge people for this. This is so much fun.
God, Ming still hasn't killed that guy yet.
Gordon calling emergency. Perhaps something has happened to Carmen.
I trust not. Keep calling him, the chance he'll answer.
Hello?
Oh, wow.
We found it.
Oh, wow.
Calling emergency. Gordon, he's calling. Yes, Flash?
They're gonna get caught.
This is emergency. Listen carefully. They've made me a prisoner, but Captain Suitin is helping me. Good. Now listen.
Of course, there's an inside man.
She's here now. What do you wish to tell her? I'll let Baron do it. Here, Baron.
Oh, my dear, are you all right?
Yes, darling. I'm all right.
Good. Tonight we'll take you away. Let me speak to the captain. Captain, we'll land near the dungeon cabins at midnight. Then you open the gates for us.
Yes.
Your Highness, I will be on duty in the control room.
Make certain you do not fail. And have available such members of the guard as you can trust.
Yeah, there's probably just somebody offset just yelling these lines. It's not safe to talk. The director, probably. Whoa. Cool little from an inside a cave shot.
Ooh. They're breaking into NORAD.
No,
Yeah,
you stay
yep.
here and help Ronald guard the prisoners.
Finally. We have to see what's going on here.
You just see what's in here.
It's quiet.
It's about time.
Too quiet.
Suitin will do his part if he can. Suppose he can't.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
I just love this random like spiral fucking
That's
device.
yes.
It doesn't do anything.
That's Frankenstein lab equipment. It comes right from, well, maybe not that one, but it's all from the same studio, so it's just like these little spinny thingies and Tesla coils and all kinds of fun.
They just put random shit in a room. They're like, look, it's the lab.
Yeah, pretty much.
Ooh. Ooh.
You can't lean on these walls too much. There's just paper mache.
You're gonna crush it. Stop it. We only have one day of film and we can't fix this.
Palace guards coming this way. Perhaps Captain Suitin sent them.
No, they're not of our party. If they ever see us, they'll give an alarm.
Too bad you don't have the rock people costumes, because then you could just blend in with the walls. Yeah, it doesn't work unless you have the rock people costume.
Yeah, they're just leaned against the wall. They'll never see us.
Time to scrap. Scrap.
Scrap. Keep scrapping.
Yes, keep scrap. Don't
harder.
stop. Don't scrap. Don't stop.
Keep scrapping. Keep scrapping. We almost have enough footage.
The walls.
Oh god. Stop. No, like, don't stop scrapping.
You gotta have enough footage. We can't keep this up. We've been at this for 3 hours now.
Their presence has been discovered.
I love that bell with the like sun flares.
I still may be.
What is this? What's going on?
Ming just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, Ming just appears.
He did. He's walking down the hallway and then he's just Hey,
what the hell's going on?
They're all there, all except Dale Arden.
Oh my god.
Like rats in a trap.
Oh no.
Open the flood control valve. Your Majesty, you wanted them captured alive. Or are you going to obey?
Oh, Ming's feeling pretty merciless today, I guess. Uh-oh.
Oh, now it's a pool of peril.
No, yep. Oh!
Oh my god.
Oh no! Oh no!
We can't get.
You gotta love to be like the actors getting. Now, if Buster Crabbe had a stuntman for that, I'd be pissed. Because an Olympic swimmer should not have a stuntman for a water stunt like that. Well, that was a Pool of Peril, The Death Mist. That sounds like a cool title. So that'll be fun. That was the Pool of Peril. What do we think, Fresh?
It definitely was an episode of Flash Gordon. I will say that much.
It was. I'd say that they were able to drag this cliffhanger out a little more, not much more, but a little more than they normally do to create some suspense. I mean, a lot of the times it's just like all of a sudden a very quick thing
happens.
Very quick thing happens and then somebody's in peril. And whereas here it's like you have all these guys fighting and then that's going on for a while. and then Ming sees them and releases the floodgates, and that whole like sequence was kind of like oh shit. So better than we've got. The cliffhanger was better than we've gotten in a few episodes, I thought. But I mean yeah, pretty much par for the course otherwise.
Yeah, it's like, oh no, right at the end, oh wow, this really is a pool of peril, and they all stare at the camera.
Yeah, like we talked about earlier in tonight's episode, it's not really they're not really thinking too hard about when the Pool of Peril is gonna come into the episode. It's
they're like, oh shit, it's the end again. We forgot to put it in again.
I mean,
fuck.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I can appreciate that at least like we're out of the land of the dead and we're at Ming's palace. So I think that at least sets us up for like the last few episodes.
Yeah, and there might be some kind of conclusion now instead of just random locations for no reason.
Yeah, I mean, I think eventually by the last episode we'll have to get back to Earth. Flash will have to get back to Earth at some point. I mean, you can't spend that much time planet hopping and not be like incredibly fatigued. You know,
he's gonna have jet lag from hell. Rocket lag.
Let's
have rocket lag.
Let's not to mention the rocket lag, but let's just talk about the PTSD from all of the like death that surrounds Flash Gordon. Think about all the henchmen.
No. This is the 1940. Men don't have feelings.
Well, yes, that's true. Yes, how could it? PTSD? What's that? He's just got a case of the frownies. Yeah, he just needs more cigarettes.
I'm gonna diagnose him with a pack of Lucky Strikes a day.
1 pack a day. And buy one for me too, because I'm your doctor. And then we'll both be good.
You owe me one, Flash.
Maybe Flash is taking some kind of mood altering drugs to help him. You know, just have all this.
Flash is on a lot of Xanax right now.
No, it couldn't be Xanax. Not with all the zing and the pep that he. Maybe he takes Xanax when he's not flying around space, like like actually relax, you know. But like when you're running around space, what do you take to have all that zing and pep, you know? I mean, Flash Gordon is definitely, you know, and you're right, in the 40s it's like this is, you know, he's not a superhero, he's just a man. Any man can be, you know, like
any man can can go through all of this and nothing be wrong with them.
Right. I mean, again, this is right, like up to like right before World War II, and so again, Ming's whole portrayal in this serial, like, because he's more of a dictator in this serial, and the other ones, he's portrayed differently. Here, he's very much being modeled on Hitler, and I don't know when Mussolini came to power. Cylon, I don't think Cylon's on anymore, but Cylon's our World War II history expert. I'm not. But yeah, I mean, so they're definitely all, and again, with the code, which we talked about on the, Friday night stream a couple weeks ago. Yeah, like you said, it was basically, you have to show that people are kind of, well, it's basically like this entertainment is for general audiences, so you can't touch on any like heavy subjects. That's for message movies. Unless you're making some kind of message movie or some kind of special movie that's meant for a special audience, then you don't need to deal with anything heavy or touchy. Or if you do, it has to be very like subtextual. And, that was the Hays Code. That was the Hollywood Production Code.
Jeez.
Yeah. And I mean,
That's so weird. It's like you can't make a movie about things.
But I mean, honestly, that's like, that's why you have, like, you think about, like, I think a lot of people, it's interesting to think about the World War II era and the way that I think that people are kind of, you're given the impression that, and all these men came back from the war and they started families, and that's when we got the 50s, and it was reaping all these, the United States was reaping all these great benefits, but like, there were all these horrible repercussions and all these terrible things, but like the media, and basically the main kind of like source of media at the time that communicated to everybody, which was movies, didn't touch on that. And like it took until like late 50s to really start like pushing the code's buttons and being like, well, these things are real, these things happen. And that's not to say that there weren't like important movies like that came out like in the 40s that weren't like touching on difficult subjects, like, but the code still kind of said, well, if you're going to touch on this, you have to, at the end of the day, communicate that we still take care of our people and that nothing bad is happening to our veterans and everything's good, and
everything's great.
Because there's a movie, I think it's called like The Best Years of Our Lives or something like that, and it's like people coming back from World War II, and they got like an actual, like a veteran who had been injured in the war who lost his hands to like be in the movie, and he either got nominated for an Academy Award or won an Academy Award, and he wasn't like an actor, he was like a soldier. And so like that movie obviously was like touching on kind of the adversities that he faced, that people in his position faced coming back from the war. But by and large, I mean, I think a lot of that movie is at the end of the day, and USA is great. And like, because that's one thing in the code is you can't disparage any country or nationality. That says you're not supposed to disparage any country or nationality or you're not supposed to poke fun at the institutions, like, which again, it's just kind of, there were movies that were allowed to do that as long as it wasn't the United States that was being poked fun at, but that's a whole.
Right, yeah.
That's the code. That's the code, So, I mean, we'll get two more code movies this season, like in the thick of the code. And then we've got one post code and one like mid, like almost at the end of the code. So we've only got 4 episodes left of our Friday night stream. Believe it or not, we're about to.
Shit.
Yeah, 4 episodes left in season 4. We're about to wrap up season 4. Yeah,
we got 4 for 4. We got 4 left for 4 more.
Faux for faux.
Yes, faux.
And I'm excited about these last 4. We've got some heavy. Actually, you know what? You know why I'm very excited. Heavy hitters all last 4 episodes as far as horror movie stars go. And we're starting off this week with Lon Chaney Jr. in Indestructible Man, which is a 1956 horror sci-fi crime movie. It's kind of weird. It tries to do all these different things. And Lon Chaney Jr. is a criminal that is basically turned into a monster. And because he's put to death. And so that's why every week we have a segment on the show that Evan usually brings us called What Were You Drinking? Evan can't join us this Friday, so I picked out the drink. And because it's about an inmate being put to death, I'm just gonna, I don't want it to seem like insensitive. I have to give this context. The name of this week's drink is the Lethal Injection. And it's actually, I know. It's actually a really simple cocktail. It's just orange juice, grapefruit juice, rum, light rum, and a little bit of grenadine. And that's it.
Ooh, that sounds nice.
Yeah, it actually is. It's not like you're not mixing a whole bunch of liquors. It's just, you just got your rum. Again, I was actually, and when I picked this, I was worried about the name of the drink, obviously, but I felt like it was just really on brand to the theme that Evan has been trying to stick to this season, which has been to go with simple cocktails. Not,
We're going to be putting it down.
Cutting it way down. And I can vibe with that. I totally vibe with that. So it's it's a pretty, should be a pretty chill cocktail for, it's a 50s movie, so it's just kind of in a weird spot. It doesn't quite know what to do with itself, but Lon Chaney Jr. is there, and he does what he does, which is, I love, some people don't. He's a controversial person, and we'll get into that. He's what nowadays the big term is nepo baby. Basically, but we'll get into that because he wasn't really, in my opinion, but I will unpack that on Friday because
Lon Chaney Jr.
He just couldn't
unfolds himself right into the movie.
Yeah, well, he just couldn't get the creases out as good as his father could. He just is always
Yes.
living in that shadow. So it's kind of hard to
always folded up.
Kind of hard to be the first chair that everybody goes to whenever there's a better looking chair right beside you. What are you gonna do?
I mean, it's got to be tough.
Yeah, and it was for Lon Chaney Jr. And it's controversial. We'll get into it. I'm very excited. It's fun. It's chill. But you can join us on Friday at 9 p.m. for Indestructible Man. And again, catch us back here on Wednesday at 9 p.m. for, what was it? The what mist? The something mist? The murderous mist? The death mist. That's a pretty good title. The death mist. I like that.
Death Mist.
It sounds like a cheesy 70s or 80s horror, but like a Fog ripoff, right? Death Mist, right?
Yeah, the Death Mist.
I mean, there is a
movie.
Well, in there a Stephen King thing called The Mist, right? So it just makes sense to have Death
the
Mist.
The fog.
Yeah.
The slight humidity.
The slight humidity. Ah, it's so sticky. Yeah, I can't breathe.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm gonna die.
Yeah. All the oxygen gets sucked out of the room. You just fucking. Yeah, that would be a fun movie. No, so you can catch us next Wednesday at 9 p.m. for that installment of Flash Gordon. Find us over on not all the socials. Can't find us on Facebook. I don't know what's going on with TikTok. I tried to start a TikTok and they just kicked me off. Like I didn't even post anything. Like within or like anything or really do anything. And within 2 days, it was just like, this account has been disabled. And so I don't know if it I don't know. Wow. I don't know if it used my Google profile picture, which has been, it's a still from Nosferatu that I cut up and did stuff to, but it seems to get flagged for copyright reasons. Movie,
That's so dumb.
I guess it's got something to do with maybe it's public domain here, but it's not public domain everywhere, and so that's that's the issue. But I mean,
stupid.
But if YouTube can pair it out and be like, okay, you're allowed in these countries, but not in these countries, in a way that I'm like, okay, that's fair. Then Facebook should be able to do that. TikTok should be able to do that. If
you would think.
Well, I'm sure it's very complicated in ways I couldn't even begin to understand. I'm a simpleton when it comes to those things. So yeah, but you can find us on YouTube at Screamstream Show, Twitter, Instagram at Screamstream Show. You can find Fresh Rogan over on all the socials at Fresh Rogan.
At Fresh Rogan.
And yeah, what's you have anything you've been tweeting about lately? Anything you've been ranting and raving about?
No, nothing lately. But I'm working on my hot takes as we speak.
Good. Where the world could use, the 2023 could use many more Fresh Rogan hot takes. Yeah, so you can go find him there for all that good stuff. Anything before we sign off tonight, Fresh? I know exactly what you mean. All right. Well,
good.
Yes, loud and clear. Thanks everybody for joining us tonight. Thank you, Fresh, as always. Until Friday.
Yes, sir.
Sweet screams, everybody.
Are you tight?